Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I just want to talk again about the hypocrisy that's seen on the left, the gaslighting, the way that they change the narrative to suit them whenever it suits them. They don't admit the actual truth of what's going on, and they use things, politically and racially charged things that happen, incidents that happen, only for their benefit. They never actually approach this in a very fair or open-minded spirit. It's always negative. It's always pressured against the native people. They're disingenuous. And I want to point out a few more instances of what they do, how they do it, and then hopefully you guys can combat this in future instead of being wrapped up in their narcissistic, racist bullshit. Let's be honest, it's all race-based, all of it is, even though they say and claim that they're not the racists that we are, that the native people who are being forced to endure this, that we're the racist. I'm going to point out a few instances of how that is just obviously not true. So, as you can see here, there was recently this young man here who was charged with doing something terrible to a 3-year-old boy in his care. And rightly so, he's been sentenced. And I do not wish him the best of luck. I think he's a terrible human being. Whatever happens to him should happen, and I will feel absolutely no sympathy. And I don't want anyone else to feel sympathy for this guy. He's obviously a garbage human being. Get rid of him. I don't know what that means. I mean, put him in jail. I mean, whatever that means. Just not a good person. Not someone I would miss if they were no longer with us, okay? And I think everyone else can say the same thing. When it comes to child rape, especially infants, like it's the worst crime imaginable. Pretty much, it's the worst thing that you can do to anyone on this planet. And to do it to a 3-year-old boy, yeah, this is a scum human being. We don't need people like this in our country. We don't even need people like this in our prison. And I'm sure, as everyone knows, prisons are very good at taking care of our own nonsense. So this guy's probably got a very limited future. And again, I don't feel bad about that. I don't think anyone else watching the video feels bad about this. It's just one of those things, right? We have seen this before. This happens in all communities. But with our community, we usually take care of these people in one way or another. It's a well-known fact. Now, Femi, who is a race grifter. Now, everyone who watches these videos is familiar with this guy. He is a genuine piece of shit. And he will only ever talk about things when it's denigrating white people. Never about his own people, only white people. And he comes out and says, after this guy was sentenced, no riots, no rallies, no random attacks on white people, no arson attempts on buildings with white people, not even a mention from the politicians who claim about protecting the kids. Why? Because it's okay when white people, babies, and hurt people. It's not really okay, is it though? Because he was sentenced, Femi. He was sentenced. He's going to have a warm welcome in prison, but not the warm welcome that anyone would really want. So I think Femi, again, is lying. He's being disingenuous. He's engaging in race bait. He earns his living from X, by the way, guys. So a lot of money gets paid to him by engaging in this kind of race bait. But I just want to scroll down, and this is a really good point that Alexander Thomas made. He was rightly prosecuted, which is, we can't really say that for the immigrants that come here. They maybe get a slap on the wrist, maybe they go to jail for a little while and then they're back on the streets, or the police just accidentally let them go. Right? So he's rightly convicted. His community didn't cover it up. We didn't. It was open. It was honest. He's been charged. He's going to go to jail. He didn't elect his victims based on race. Now that's important. He didn't choose the race of his victim, which you can't say about the immigrants coming into this country or the Muslim grooming gangs, right? So there's a big difference there. His brothers, uncles and cousins didn't join in. Exactly, right? How many of these stories have we heard where it's not just one person doing it, it's their entire community joining in the fun? Activists didn't deflect from his crimes, exactly. White people didn't come out and say, oh, well, actually, no, it didn't happen, let's cover it up. In fact, let's look over here, guys, let's look over here and look at the black people doing this thing. No, ignore this white guy. No, we didn't do that. He was prosecuted and we can't stand the guy. Simple as that. The media and the police didn't look the other way. Again, another great example there. He was recognized, he was put out there, convicted, and that's it. We didn't deflect from what happened. And the media and the police didn't look the other way. Again, yeah, this was all over the media. They pushed this. They pushed this to shore up their narrative that there are white people out there that do crimes as well. So therefore, we should let all the migrants into the country and do the same crimes because it's all the same. Just because we've got homegrown terrible people, we should therefore let all the terrible people in from around the world. That's literally their narrative. And when he says there was no backlash, as you can see here, there was quite a backlash. This is what we think of the people in our own community that do this. We do not like them. We ostracize them. We single them out. They will not, his mother, and I do feel sorry for his parents, but also I kind of don't, because what kind of parent allows their child to grow up to be a nonce? So again, right, there's genuine consequences in our own communities for doing this kind of crime. But Femi, no, he says that we should riot and attack our own people because a white guy did something bad. Again, all disingenuous stuff. And I've got this clip here, but before we move on to this, I just want to say, please click in the link down below, subscribe to this channel, and please subscribe to my new channel so I've got a different outlet when this one gets targeted and suppressed. It is important to me and I do really appreciate it. And also, with the other channel, it's a bit more light-hearted. I'm not going to concentrate on the really insidious stuff like this. I'm going to do a bit more. I'm going to treat it with kid gloves so it doesn't get shadow banned as often as this one. So please go down, subscribe to this, and then go into the link and subscribe to the new channel. I would, again, really appreciate it. But moving on to this, right? A Tommy Robinson supporter, by the way, there's no evidence of this. So Dilly Hussein is creating a narrative with his tweets that doesn't exist. A Tommy Robinson supporter flying kicked after he allegedly made racist remarks towards a black youth on a London bus. Now, again, that is, well, you can find out for yourself. We'll play the video, whether or not Dilly Hussein is just making shit up. But I have seen this as justification on many, many videos now, where a white person gets attacked, and then they just say, oh, white person attacked by black people or whoever, because he allegedly said something racist. They're using the justification of racism to just go around attacking white people. In my opinion, I think that's exactly what they're doing. You guys can let me know. I've seen so many videos of white people being attacked by ethnic minorities or majorities, super majorities, because white people are a global minority, by the way. Only 8% of the world is white. So massive minority, by the way, white people. So a super majority attacks a minority, which is the white person, and then claims justification for that because they said something racist. It's being used a lot. So let's see right now if this guy said anything racist at all.
Tommy Robinson. No. Well, you want to shut the fuck up, you boy, because you're a mother little fucker, right? Yeah?
Congratulations. Congratulations. First of all, there's children.
All right, well, I didn't hear anything racist there, did you? It looked like he was being harassed, and then the guy just got a bit fed up and overestimated the restraint that the coloured people would show, because he's probably used to living in a high-trust society where that kind of confrontation wouldn't lead to physical assault. Unfortunately, he's dealing with a different breed of people, isn't he? With a lower benchmark when it comes to acting on your impulse. I didn't see anything racist, but again, the framing here is that the justification for that is that he was being racist. That's going to be used a lot more in the future when it comes to attacking white people, in my opinion. And the thing is, guys, if he encountered someone on the bus that was being as belligerent and societally ignorant of the people around him, socially unaware, or just antagonistic as this person, then I'm not surprised that he got a little bit wound up. Let's watch this. Yeah, you see, this is not normal behavior. This is a flex, right? He's showing everyone that he doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about your culture. He doesn't care about the fact that he's inconveniencing people. He's doing this because he's a black man trying to show black power. And it's bizarre. There's no need for this. It is a really bizarre thing to do. And this is the reason that I don't think we can live with these people. Now, I'm not saying all of them. There are some very nice black people. There's some very nice brown people out there. But unfortunately, these people are being let into our countries and they think it's okay to do this kind of thing. Peacocking on a escalator, inconveniencing all of these people behind him. For what? Internet clout? Flexing? Trying to show black power? It is a very strange thing to do. And it just makes me think of this meme. Because for years and years, we were told that we should judge people by the content of the character. And I think we need to start judging people by the content of their character. I don't believe racism is real. I think it's just a tool used to control and denigrate white people. And when we see stuff like this, what can you call this guy? I mean, it's a piece of shit. But is he being racist? Would he do this on a subway in, I don't know, Elephant Castle, where there's just loads of black people around? In New York or something like this? I mean, Detroit? Would he do this in Detroit? I mean, I'm just trying to find another reason why this guy would do this apart from inconveniencing a bunch of white people on the subway. And then we've got this woman. If you remember from the previous video, I said that, well, if you want to go watch it, this woman had a rant about how the people of Epping actually love the immigrants and they've been living with the immigrants for 5 years and nothing happened. She feels completely safe around the immigrants, the ones staying in the hotel, the boat bastards. And she was saying, you know what? It's the white people protesting against the sexual assaults happening in the area that are the problem, and she feels unsafe around those white people. Well, it turns out that she owns a nursery in Epping called Montessori Groups. So this is a nursery that she owns where she takes people in. As you can see here, there's 5 white kids. Maybe that's, I don't know what, 6. And then the rest are foreign. Like, that's just one team. I'm not trying to single this anything out or say anything bad. You know, there's some white kids here. That's lovely. I mean, it is Epping. It's a very white heavy area, so I was expecting the majority of these kids to be white. But I just want to say, the woman that believes that migrants are safer than the local people of Epping, she runs a nursery in Epping. If you want to send your children there to get educated by someone that hates her own people, then go ahead. I mean, that's fine. She also is involved with Stand Up to Racism, which a lot of people classify as a terrorist organisation in the UK. Kerry Gilroy, she was a speaker at one of these events. So when you see these people coming out and saying that they believe that you're the racist, that you're the danger in the community, and the immigrants, they need to be the ones that you should accept openly and without any thought about the consequences of what would happen if you invite these people into your community. Well, you've just got to understand that these people have their own motivations and they might not be entirely honest with you. They might be just lying little traitors. And I'm just saying, the Green Party, Rachel Millward, I could put her in the same category, right? Let's listen to what, this is the deputy leader of the Green Party. This is what her vision is of the future and her justification for allowing the immigrants into this country.
Fundamentally, I do not think we should be housing asylum seekers in camps. And people say, well, what should we be doing? And I'm like, well, asylum seekers should have the right to work, and that
They should have the right to work. I'll come back to this, but let's go on this. They should have the right to work. Maybe for Amazon. They should work for Amazon and they can just try and break into your house. There we go. A nice immigrant worker right there. Just part of the community. So Rachel wants to give them jobs and then they'll be normal citizens in the country, apart from when they just try and break into your house. So let's see what else she says.
Would mean that people could come and they could integrate into our society.
They could integrate, like this guy, right? He's integrated perfectly. He's trying to integrate into this guy's fucking house.
They could bring skills that we need.
Skills like breaking into someone's fucking house. And again, we haven't heard anything about that young girl, the attacker that murdered that 17-year-old in Wales. We haven't heard anything about that ethnicity yet. Now, if it was a white guy, and it might still be a white guy, but if it was a white guy, usually that's the first thing they tell you, isn't it? So I'm going to wait on that and see what happens with who the attacker was, the murderer, sorry. But it's probably not a white guy, because we'd have heard about it by now. So what else?
Actually, there are doctors and surgeons and, I don't know, barbers and all sorts of different people.
Definitely fucking barbers. Yeah, definitely barbers. I mean, that's what they say they are, but probably just drug dealers instead. So is this guy a doctor or a surgeon? Which one do you think this one got? Which one? Fucking doctors and surgeons. I'm sick of it. It's complete bullshit.
And they could come and bring those skills and integrate into our society, and then
You've said that already. Where's the integration though? Because you keep saying it, but I'm just waiting for it.
pay their way and have
Pay
that
their way.
dignity.
Dignity.
And that would be better for their well-being and better for our communities.
All right, well, she doesn't really move on from this, and she keeps repeating herself. You can go watch the video yourself. But I just want to tell you a little bit about Rachel. Rachel there. She is living currently in a £1.6 million mansion with an outdoor swimming pool. Do you think the migrants are going to go into her community and try and open her door and do things to her children? Or do you think she's pretty safe? She's pretty safe. She's probably got a panic button. And look at a swimming pool in the background there and a big smiling face while she tells you, you've got to live with the immigrants. These are the people that represent the Green Party. But this is also the people that represent the majority of British politics. They are disingenuous race traitors that are flooding the country with people that want to do us harm. She'll be happy because she's not involved in it. She's in a completely gated community away from all of the things that she wants to import into this country. The Green Party. Vote for the Green Party if you want Rachel to live in a mansion while she sends the immigrants right to your doorstep. Perfect. And again, this guy, doctor or surgeon, which one do you think? Anyway, I'm going to finish on this woman who's American, so, obviously slightly deranged, and we'll just listen to what she says about lived experiences and minorities.
If you're offended by minorities talking about their lived experiences, you're the problem.
If you're a stupid bitch, clap your hands.
If you're offended by women saying they're afraid of men, you're the problem.
If you've got a massively low IQ, clap your hands.
If you're immediately reprimanding instead of listening and understanding, if you're
a stupid bitch that wants immigrants to rape your kids and you let them in your country, clap your hands.
offended by people's lived experiences, you're the problem.
Wow. I've got a better song.
Oh, here's a dumbass and there's a dumbass. I'm dealing with them all fucking day. I'd like to crash them all into the moon. There's too many dumbasses
Today. Thank you. Yeah, that's the song I'm going to finish on. We're ruled by traitors, quislings, and stupid people. And I'm not taking them seriously anymore, guys. I'm not going to give them the time of day. It's just going to be mockery from now on. I'm not going to engage in their arguments because their arguments are built on lies and they contradict themselves constantly. They gaslight you constantly. They're not serious people. They open their mouths and immediately what comes out of their mouth is something that is designed to hurt your country. It's designed to make you hate yourself. It's designed to make you ashamed of who you are, ashamed of your country, and allow these people to be bussed into the country, flown into the country, or invade the country, and then we pay for them to do horrible things to our children, to go into the streets and commit terrible crimes. And if we ever talk about it, if we ever pipe up, we're called the racists. And I'm just done with it. I don't know about you guys. And again, if you do like the channel, please subscribe and click the link down below to go to the new one and show your support there. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it watching this. It's never an easy watch, but it's going to get easier because I'm going to start taking the piss out of them more. I am not going to get as wound up as usual because there's no need. These are not serious people. And I will say, there will be consequences for every single one of them. See you later.